up, everybody? This is Steampunk J coming at you from my humble art studio, and welcome to vlog number 2. I hope everybody's having a good time back at home. Hope you guys are doing okay, enjoying away to your heart's content. And I wanted to use this vlog to talk about my last video that I've uploaded, which is me doing the drawing of Adam West Batman. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about that drawing is because in my last video I talked as much as I could about, you know, my art process of drawing the Adam West Batman, but I also wanted to go more in depth into, you know, I wanted to talk more about my art process, because when I was working on my drawing project for the Adam West picture, I had a lot to talk about. I had a lot to say, and I had a lot to, I just wanted to talk more about the project that I was working on. And so what can I say about the drawing of Adam West? I mean, it took roughly like 7 hours for me to complete, and I was doing it because I wanted to make a tribute for the late actor Adam West. And the tribute drawing that I've been working on, it has a lot of meaning, because as all of you guys know, many of you fellow artists and art fans out there, recently he passed away. And when I first heard about it, I told myself that I had to do something. I wanted to do a tribute drawing, something like, you know, just a little bit of me to the rest of the art community, and to the art community that are big fans of the Batman series. And so yeah, I worked on the project. I finished it up, and I had a lot to talk about, because, you know, in my last video I mentioned to you guys that I am a big Batman fan. I mean, literally for this vlog I literally got my Batman t-shirt on. And but yeah, I mean, I've grown up to watching, like, you know, the dark and scary type of Batman, and I was made aware of, like, there was a Batman before the Michael Keaton version of Batman, and that was the Adam West Batman, which was held in the 1960s, I believe. And I've heard, and when I watched the TV shows of the Adam West version of Batman, I mean, I immediately became like a big fan of those things. I mean, I haven't seen all the episodes of the Adam West Batman, but I do remember like the funniest moments and the best lines, like, you know, from the Adam West thing. And like, I remember all of you Batman fans out there know of the famous Batman shark repellent in that one episode. To me, like, you know, the funniest episode that I watched of the Adam West Batman was when he was stopping crying, and the incident involved a giant bomb. And Adam West, who is already dressed up as Batman, is at the beach trying to get rid of this bomb. Like, you know, he's at the pier, and he's holding like this big bomb in his hands, and then he runs to one side of the pier, looks over, and he sees a couple in a boat, and he says, no, I'm not gonna throw my bomb over there. He goes to the other side, and he peers over the edge of the other side of the pier, and he sees a family of ducks down there, and he says, I'm not gonna do that. He tries to run, like, you know, off the pier, and he realizes there's a marching band blocking his path, which led to the most famous and funniest line he ever said, which has become, like, you know, a meme to me. I mean, if it's not as big, they should. And he said, while holding the bomb, he said, is some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. I love that scene, because, you know, hey, there's some things in life that you just can't get rid of, and, you know, that really, like, you know, spoke volumes to me. I mean, it made me laugh, and he came out unscathed, so, you know, that was a good thing. And so what can I say, like, about Adam West? I mean, he's like the Stan Lee of the DC universe. I mean, he was the first man to bring Batman to life on the TV screen, and they had some sort of a campy feel where, you know, every time he punches or kicks or does any action scenes, the words, like, you know, just pop out, at you, like, pow, there's a pow wording that comes in front of the screen, pow, kick, boosh, ow. That was, comics back in those days, that there were, it was like, the childhood of, like, many people growing up at that time. And also Adam West, also he did what made this guy very unique from when I did my research on him is that not only did he did acting, he also did voice acting as well. Like, he did a lot of superhero, cartoons, but most of them were just like, making fun of the superhero genre, especially towards his character. For example, like, for those of you that watch Fairly Odd Parents, there was a character called Catman. Guess who did the voice of Catman? Adam West. There was a show on Animaniacs where they showed a man dressed up like Batman, and he was supposed to be like, the funny version of Batman, and Adam West did the voice of him as well. And so this guy was like, the most down-to-earth guy, because I think that, to me, if a guy did the role of Batman and also portrayed himself like, doing like parody versions of superheroes in general, I can't think of any other guy that would do that. And also, I happen to be a big fan of Family Guy, and when I first heard that they were doing a thing with Adam West, a character named Mayor Adam West, I thought, oh boy, what are they gonna do to voice him or something like that. I was actually surprised, like shocked, when I heard that the cartoon Mayor Adam West was voiced by the Adam West. So Adam West going out of his way to play a character making fun of him in a way, or being himself in a way, it's to me like, he's won the hearts of, like, so many people doing these things. And recently I just watched a TV show called Powerless, where it talks about people who work for Wayne Corp, providing, like, they come up with inventions to help people, like, if there's falling debris, if there's a debris falling on top of your head, they come up with inventions to help people protect them from debris. If a person falls off a building, they invent, like, a grappling belt that goes and protects people from, it's like they're like a corporation that helps, like, protect people from, like, when superheroes and villains go at each other and everything. And that one episode, I was sitting there with my father, and they showed this episode where it involved LexCorp, and guess who happened to make a special guest appearance? Adam West himself. And what character did he play? Adam West. And he did his own voice. Every time I hear him speak and talk, like, in his own voice, I only picture, like, watching Mayor Adam West in Family Guy, or I'm picturing him doing like a superhero parody. And he had this shtick, like, in the Powerless TV series, where he would look into the camera and monologue like like a superhero would, and it just got me laughing. When it comes to Adam West, like, once again, like, he was acting for 60 years. And all the way up until his death, he was more than happy to lend his talents to, like, glorifying superheroes or parodying superheroes. Even himself, I mean, he was a very, very funny guy from the TV shows and the movies that I've seen him in. And when I heard of his passing, I knew that the whole DC and comic book universe were mourning, like, they were affected by this big time, and I was too, because this is the guy that, that's been voicing Family Guy, and I was watching Family Guy, and I thought that this guy was gonna continue his thing with Mayor Adam West, and also the guy that helped pave the way for, like, the Batman legacy and everything like that. A lot of people who are Batman fans were gonna be greatly affected by this as well, and so I actually had plans to go and upload videos on the internet, and I was gonna make a couple of drawing videos and post them on YouTube, but I've wanted to do something special and work on something for like a tribute to Adam West. And so in the video, I talked about it. Like I gave some information about him the best I could, my art process about like how I drew Adam West. And to me, like I did a good job of covering the basics, but in this vlog I can just go over more, like my feelings and everything about it going into the videos and then this vlog. So and that's what I wanted this vlog to be about, like just talk about my previous project, and just talk about more, like because all I can say is like that my thoughts and my prayers, they go out to Adam West and his family that are going through this time. And my faith says that that when it's time for us to go, it's time for us to go. And what he left behind is something that we will never forget. And when it comes to Batman, he was the original, the first Batman. And there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be doing like a whole bunch of tribute stuff for him. I can imagine that there are YouTube videos out there that are gonna talk more in depth about Adam West and how much his documentaries and everything like that. And so I thought that I would give my talents to creating something for the late actor. And so I hope that you guys like the drawing that I made. And what I wanted to do was like do the drawing of Adam West and include the building that they used in LA where they shined his bat signal on. And so that was the inspiration. That was the inspiration that helped us. That was the inspiration behind it. And I hope that I did okay, because 7 hours it took, but I just wanted the artwork to come out like as best as it could. Like I wanted this to go on for like a long time, working on it so it can look good. And no matter what the outcome of the project is, it's you put your 100% into it, especially if you're making a tribute to someone and you put your heart and your effort into this. And for those of you that are like big fans of Adam West, all you fellow artists and art fans out there, I encourage you to create something, even if it's drawing like a picture of a bat, or if it's drawing like Adam West in your own way, like you're using your own artistic styles. And yeah, I encourage you guys to go and do what I just did, because when the news broke out about his passing, I knew that I had to go and make like a tribute drawing for him, and I hope that I did okay. And I'm hoping that I can get a chance to see your guys' works on the late Adam West, and just keep the legacy of Batman like going, because I grew up reading his comic books. I grew up watching the TV shows, animated TV shows, and I can't wait for the Batman, the Caped Crusader, the Return of the Caped Crusader movie to come out very soon, which uses the original costume, the original voice actor of Adam West. And there are a lot of things that I just can't wait for. So want to keep this thing like short for my last one, because it takes forever for me to download the video and the vlog. But I just want to say, Adam West, we miss you, and we're gonna continue to miss you. You've brought so much to the Batman films. You've brought so much to the acting side of life. And all I can say is that in my faith, there is another life, and when it's time for us to go, it's time for us to go. And I do believe that in that next life, there is a world that is in desperate need of a Batman, and I believe that you will answer that call. And we're gonna miss you, Adam West, and one day we will see you again. And all my prayers go out to Adam West. It goes out to the family and friends that knew him the most. It goes out to all the fans who grew up with Adam West. and to those who are just learning more about him. So to all of you fellow artists and art fans out there, this is Steampunk J coming at you from my studio, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Take care.